Patriotic comrades, by the end of this video, you will never look at Jamaican elections the same way again. Comrade Paul Buchanan may have just dropped a political bombshell that forces Holness to sweat. Stay with me to see what Holness can't respond to. Who is Paul Buchanan? Meet Paul Buchanan, land economist, PNP champion, and now the man in a legal war against the highest office in Jamaica. He didn't just lose, he claims the game was rigged. So, patriotic comrade, let's get into the article. Paul Buchanan files court action after Constituted Authority rejects election challenge in PM's seat. People's National Party candidate Paul Buchanan has taken legal action against the Constituted Authority after it rejected his application to void the September 3rd poll results in the St. Andrew Central constituency won by Prime Minister Andrew Holness. Buchanan, through his attorney Hugh Wildman, today filed an application seeking permission for judicial review of the authority's decision. The land economist by profession is requesting several orders from the court, including declarations that the authority's refusal to act on his complaints is unlawful. Let me repeat, is unlawful, irrational, and void. An order of certiorari to quash the decision, an order of mandamus compelling the authority to refer the matter to the election court. Patriotic comrades, the role of the Constituted Authority was to review the evidence, all the affidavit from Paul Buchanan, an attorney, and then say, yes, me I go send it, me I send your case and your application to the election court, because all of your evidence are grounds, valid grounds, fee, put it in the election court. But instead of the Constituted Authority doing that, in take one look on the case and say, after careful consideration, me no see no reason to grant you your authority, so your application is rejected. That's what the Constituted Authority do, which was unlawful based on the evidence. All of the evidence. Buchanan contends that the election was compromised by multiple irregularities, including double voting, voter intimidation, and alleged tampering with ballot boxes. Claims, he says, are supported by sworn affidavits submitted to the Constituted Authority. So now, patriotic comrades, after hearing all of the evidence that was submitted to said Constituted Authority, why did they rejected Paul Buchanan's application in the first place? That is more than enough evidence, more than enough proof to put the matter in the election court and void the election and keep a re-election, a by-election, a fresh election between Holness and Paul Buchanan. And I don't think all of the irregularities will take place on September 3rd can take place again, because now you are going to attract too much attention. Holness will attract too much attention because there is already rumors, allegations, and accusations of voter suppression, vote buying, election fraud, voter intimidation, alleged tampering with ballot boxes. You can't do none of that again, because you're already under the microscope for alleged election fraud. So with rumors and allegations and circulate, say, una thief the general election and una thief St. Andrew Central from Comrade Paul Buchanan, then can't pull none of the stunts them again, because it will look obvious now, say it's not or it wasn't a free and fair election. That's why I say, if you're booking in our election fair and square, Holness can't beat you. The Labour Party cannot beat you in a free and fair general election. Responding to Buchanan's September 16 application, the Constituted Authority noted that he relied on the ground stipulated in Section 37E of the Election Petition Act. that there is an upsurge in violence or any irregularity, focus on that, or any irregularity during election day in one or more polling stations. So even if in a one polling stations irregularities happen during election day or an upsurge in violence happen during election day, all it takes is one polling stations or polling division or in any electoral division or constituency which would lead to a substantial distortion or subversion of the process of free and fair election. So if at that Section 37E of the Election Petition Act say how you for reject Comrade Paul Buchanan's application for put the matter before the election court to void the September 3rd poll results in St. Andrew Central constituency that was won by Prime Minister Andrew Holness. How you see all of them the evidence there, and then you go say no, me no see no grounds for grant you no permission for put the matter in front of the election court. Something wrong with the ruling of the Constituted Authority. Even Ray Charles and the three blind mice can see say something wrong with the decision of the Constituted Authority. But the Constituted Authority in its decision on October 1st said after careful consideration of the affidavits and relevant case law, it found that the evidence presented did not satisfy the standard contemplated by the wording of Section 37E. That's all BS. That's all BS. That's all BS. What the Constituted Authority just say. What you do is unlawful. You're not upholding the law or the Constitution. I think this Constituted Authority, whoever he or she be, needs to be fired and allow justice to take place. Holness tallied 7,054 votes to Buchanan's 4,953 votes. The margin of victory stirred wide public discussion because the JLP leader was trailing Buchanan by close to 100 votes after 87 of the 105 ballot boxes had been counted. The 18 outstanding ballot boxes were from polling stations located at Seaward Gardens Primary and Infant School. The Director of Elections confirmed. So patriotic comrades, Comrade Paul Buchanan is seeking a judicial review because the Constituted Authority made an unlawful decision. Basically a block the decision to put the matter in front of the election court. The court hearing date hasn't yet been published, but insiders say it's coming soon. When that day arrives, Jamaica may never look at elections the same way, and Holness might finally have to respond in public. Patriotic comrades, you would have heard me say allegedly, is me allegations and accusations, rumored or rumors. That is because you have to say what you say and speak responsibly, because me can't compare and attack in a irresponsible way where I go open myself up to being liable for a lawsuit, because guess what? Me can't talk recklessly. You see me? Things where you can say in private, you can't come say it publicly. This YouTube channel is a public platform where the world can see and hear what me I say. So even if we know say privately amongst ourselves, you see me, we know say election fraud take place and the election was stolen, me can't come and attack recklessly because me no hear Mark Golden, Peter Bunting or Dayton Campbell attack recklessly or attack like how we the people would an attack and would an attack brawling say a thief the election. Yes, you can say that privately. We're free if you say that privately amongst ourselves, amongst our friends. But when it comes to a public platform, you have to speak with a responsibility, and I would think that a common sense where everybody would know. So don't watch the fact me I say, oh, allegedly, allegations and accusations are rumor, you see me? Because it's not what you know, is what you can prove in the court of law. That make a lot of difference, you know? You see me? So knowing it is one thing, but proving it in the court of law when you get sued or you're under a lawsuit are two entirely different things.